I paid $1,000 for this customized wardrobe, believing this will actually look like the Pinterest photo I sent my suspiciously confident supplier. I got scammed. Yeah, that's life. Sometimes you gotta be creative. So, how do I deal with deception? Step 1. I admit I've been played. Either cry about it or pick up a paintbrush. Step 2. Recover. That's what I'm doing. Just painting my stress away. Hi guys, I'm Iso, and I'm going to show you and share with you the different techniques I've learned how to do my makeup now, which is here on the right side of my face, and how I used to do it before, which is here, the muddier, chalkier side of my face. Now I've learned how to make it brighter and glowier and look much more natural. The first thing that I learned, but I never really did before, was to moisturize and put anything that just makes your skin hydrated and refreshed. I used to hate doing this. I thought that it would give me breakout. Okay, next I'm also gonna put sunblock on this side. I like to use watery sunblocks. So this one comes with hyaluronic acid because that also helps retain moisture on my skin, and this really makes it easier for my base or any makeup to glide smoother when I apply it later. It also makes my makeup last longer. So this side is moisturized with skincare. This side on the left, I didn't put any moisturizer or sunblock, so nothing on the left side. Skin tint, because I don't really use foundation. And then on the right side, we're just gonna dive straight into the skin. I'm also gonna use skin tint for this because, well, this is how I was doing it before. I don't really use foundation unless it's like a big event. We're just gonna blend that out. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but see how that just disappears really well. See, that was so easy for me to blend. This one, I kind of need to tug my skin a little. As you can see on the left side, it's kind of patchy because I didn't put any moisturizer or anything to help it glide smoothly on my skin and even out the distribution of the product. This side is a bit glowy and healthier and dewy. Next, we're going to apply concealer. For the left side, I used to use really thick concealer. So we're using the NARS here. I used to follow the tutorials that I see. So I draw a triangle under my eye. I'm not even gonna put that much because I used to really put it a lot, put it really dark. And I put it sometimes all the way down to my cheek. Now what that does is it actually drags your face down. Now I like to use really watery concealer. The inconsistencies are the thing for me because they really let my skin breathe and they're easy to work with. This is actually a skin tint. This is actually a radiance tint from Get Ready With Me. So for this, I just get 2 shades or 1 shade lighter than my actual skin color, and then that's what I use for my concealer. I just put it on the inner corner and outer corner of my lower eyes, and then I also learned to put some on the side of my nose to even out any redness, also on the side of my mouth. And I use my fingers because I don't want to put too much product, not like what I did before, that I would just apply it directly and be crazy with it. And as you can see, I have pimple marks, which are not perfect, but they're perfect for this tutorial, so I can show you how I cover them up. So I like to marinate it a bit. And oh, I forgot to blend, but usually for my bad side, I wouldn't even marinate it. I would just blend it right away. So now it's so hard for me to do that, because okay, let's just there. And I wouldn't even blend it all the way up to my eyelids. I'm so tempted to, but I'll try not to. Okay, so there, I blended it out. And then I also have a blemish on this part. What I would do before is just put a dot and then immediately cover it up. I would put also a thick layer to keep it down, but what I learned is that it's about the technique, not about how thick the concealer is. So I think that's about okay. If you notice, I like using my ring finger or pinky finger because we should not be putting a lot of pressure on our face to prevent lines and wrinkles. So we want to be as gentle as we can. And then for this pimple mark, I would leave it a little longer while I do my blush. Before, I was more of a powdery product girly. So the next step would be, I'm gonna do the bad side first, or what I used to do before. I use a powder puff and I powder immediately before putting my blush. I use the powder puff. Can you imagine how cakey this is gonna be? And I'm gonna go straight to the blush. I like to use peach or these pink color blushes. So this one I'm using is from Benefit in the shade Georgia. This is a lovely shade. Oh man, but I don't think it's gonna show that much here. So I like to powder from my cheeks, like all over. I don't even care. I just put that on my cheek. Is it showing? Yeah. I used to love orange shades before. I also had my cloud paint in really orange shade before, the Dawn shade, so it's not showing that much, but okay. Now what I do is I use a more scarlet red shade. It looks very scary and intimidating at first, but I'm so sorry, I have murdered this already. But I want to show you the shade. I like to use these bloody reds because they tend to look more natural. I'm gonna show you guys. So I like to put my blush now at the highest point of my cheeks because it just contours my face more. like that. It looks more natural because these are the natural colors on our face. Like our blood, it resembles the blood flow we have underneath. That's why these intimidating bloody red shades do a really good job of a natural flushed look. Okay, so this concealer is bothering me. I'm gonna blend it out now. So I start with blending out from the outer corner, and then I dab on the inner. And since I just put a thin layer, I can put a second thin layer on top, and then just, yeah, powder it down after using a cream blush. I like using creams or liquids now because it's easy to blend, it looks more natural. Also, I like to use a brush instead of the powder puff on my forehead, on my nose, and I don't brush it everywhere. I just put it on my nose, set my concealer a little bit on the temple, and just a little bit down here, but then I don't get more powder anymore. I just spread whatever I have on my brush. For the eyebrows, I used to use a really dark shade. I have this in gray. And there. And then I just brush the hairs. This is not even that dark, but that's how I do it before. Okay, the bad side is not gonna look crazy bad because this is how I used to do it. And also, some people do it this way. It does make a difference. And now I use a lighter gray-brown shade so that it looks more natural on my skin. Put on a longer tail now because I realized that that frames my face so much better. So I like to elongate the tail of my eyebrow and bring it down. And then I brush it up. See how it's more defined but looks more put together? And then I just leave it like that because I used to put it all the way here. See that? See how my eyebrows look drawn? Before, I used to line my eyes from the inner corner. Oh, this is actually turning good, but I used to have really bad eyeliners. I couldn't get myself one of these really good ones, so it would just go really bad. I would draw really fat lines. Not as precise and thin as this one. No, this did not look this good. I would not be so committed to making it that thick, so I would just stop here. But if you have the same eyes as me, hooded eyes, this actually just closes your eyes even more. And it makes it look weird because Asian eyes are already going upward. So if you also do it like this, it's gonna look so weird. And it just made my eyelid disappear. What I do now is I just line from the middle of my eye. Actually, just a quarter, not even the middle, just here. I line from there and then I follow my natural downward. Okay, downward but up. See how that just makes it look natural? And you can actually see my eyelid still. Not like this other one. I would curl my lashes just like one, like this, like one press. I would keep my eyelash curler in one orientation and then just keep pressing it. And that is so wrong because the eyelashes just curl like an L shape. So bad. What I do now is I curl from the bottom. I grab my lashes from the bottom. Just make sure not to get any of your skin. That would be so scary. And then work my way up, keep moving, and there. So it goes clamp, 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 all the way to the top. And now we're gonna put some mascara. What I used to do was I would put mascara after curling my lashes and just put that. It will make your eyelashes long, but it's gonna droop down. If not immediately, like after a few seconds. So what I like to do is let it rest first. Let the curl rest first before I put the mascara on. While waiting, I like to put bronzer and highlighter. So before, I used to use powdery highlighter. So if you can see that swipe, can you see that? That just, well, it looks okay on camera, but in person, that is just so chalky. I still use the powder now, but here, I love to put on my inner corner of my eye. I think it just instantly brightens the eye up. I use this for highlight now. See, even just a little of that. Look at that, it looks so natural. It looks so natural. See, if you just go like that, your cheeks look so healthy, not chalky like this one. Okay, I think that's enough time. We can now put our mascara. Actually, the one I have is also pretty good. It's still sticking up, but not as properly separated and curled up as I want to. I want them to look fluffy, not clumpy or anything. So I also put it with an ever so light hand, as I can see the difference. This is the one where I let it rest. This one is already drooping down. Next, I want to do my lips. So what I would do before is just put lip tint. Yes, I'm a lip tint girly. So what I do is just put some tint directly on my lip, unmoisturized, patchy. I only put in the middle. Oh man, not like that. I got on my teeth, guys. It has no taste, thankfully. That would be it for me. It looks like I just got in a fight. Actually, I would put more in the center. So that's how it would look. That is it. But now I like to moisturize with, I love the Laneige lip treatment. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Without it. Okay. Actually, I put this before I do my makeup. I forgot to do that earlier because I usually wanna let it sit first and be absorbed. Then I layer my lip products. I put any nude lip, so I would go for my MAC Velvet Teddy or this one from BLK. Since this is a liquid lipstick, I'm just gonna dab a little because I just wanna neutralize the color. I will add my tint in the middle using Happy Skin Lip Mallow Plush Matte Lip Tint. I just put in the middle. Before I would just leave it like that because I'm obsessed with tints, but now I put my Kaya Fig Galacting lip gloss. And lastly, I also like to put contour. Before, the color of contour that I use is this Wet n Wild palette. It's really wild because this brown is so warm. Here, down here, like really dark. Just use my fingers. And then for the nose, I put it all the way down like that. Now what I do is I put it here at the side of my, see that, my eyebrow, and then here at the side of my nose. I try to leave a gap here in the middle, and then I put under. Then I blend it out. More definition. And then for here, I put under my cheeks as well. Okay. When life gives you lemons, you cover them in beige eggshell gloss and pretend it's intentional. To overcome deception, you must evolve. Learn to trust again, but like with Wi-Fi passwords and caution. Google everything. Ask dumb questions, because they're the smart ones. And if it sounds too good to be true, think it over again before you keep going.